broadcast from Studio 8H at NBC's headquarters in the Comcast building at 30 Rockefeller Plaza. Saturday Night Live has aired 971 episodes since its debut and began its 50th season on September 28, 2024, making it one of the longest-running network television programs in the United States. In 1975, producer Lorne Michaels had assembled the show's initial cast, which included Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Chevy Chase, Jane Curtin, Garrett Morris, Lorraine Newman, Gilda Radner, and George Coe. The cast was nicknamed the Not Ready for Primetime Players, a term coined by show writer Herb Sargent. Much of the talent pool involved in the inaugural season was recruited from the National Lampoon Radio Hour, including the original head writer, Michael O'Donoghue. From the beginning, the show was a huge success and propelled many of its cast members into stardom as they moved on to perform in movies, television, and theater. But things didn't always lead to happy endings for cast members. Some say a curse hovers around the show, leading to an early grave for those who join the cast. In today's episode, we will be looking into the Saturday Night Live curse. It's certainly true that some Saturday Night Live alums have died young, though statistically it's no surprise that a few of the show's dozens of stars have passed on since 1975. It's been 5 decades. In every case, these people died after leaving the cast, though that could presumably be part of the curse's magic. Judge for yourself. Here's the roll call of Saturday Night Live cast members who died young, in chronological order. 1982, John Belushi. John Belushi is the one who started this whole thing, dropping dead in Bungalow 3 of the Chateau Marmont Hotel in Los Angeles after a night of partying and drugs. This was in 1982, and Belushi was near the top of his game after starring in the big money movies, Animal House and The Blues Brothers. Belushi was a founding member of Saturday Night Live's original cast. He stayed with the show for 4 seasons, leaving after the 1978 run. 1982, Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman appeared on the very first episode of Saturday Night Live in October 1975, lip-syncing the theme song to the old Mighty Mouse cartoon show. He made another dozen appearances on the show, wrestling women, playing the bongos, impersonating Elvis Presley, and once reading an uncomfortably long section of F. Scott Fitzgerald's book, The Great Gatsby. In a typically surreal stunt, Kaufman was voted off the show forever by viewers in 1982. 2 years later, he died of a rare form of lung cancer. 1989, Gilda Radner. Baba Wawa and Rosanna were 2 of Gilda Radner's popular characters during her stint as an original SNL cast member from 1975 to 1980. Radner had a successful post-Saturday Night Live career as a solo comic, starring on Broadway in Gilda Live, and later in a film of the same name. She died in 1989 after a tough fight with ovarian cancer. 1994, Danny Vance. Danny Vance joined the Saturday Night Live cast in the fall of 1985 to 86. Vance was the show's first African-American female regular, but she never quite clicked on Saturday Night Live and left after the season ended in 1986. Vance was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1991. Before she died in 1994, she jabbed back at the illness with her own performance piece, The Radical Girl's Guide to Radical Mastectomy. 1994, Michael O'Donoghue. Writer Michael O'Donoghue was a founding member of the Saturday Night Live team and even appeared in the show's very first sketch in 1975, the famous I Would Like to Feed Your Fingertips to the Wolverines sketch with John Belushi. O'Donoghue was associated with the show for years, though most of his on-camera appearances came in the 1975 to 78 seasons. O'Donoghue died of a massive stroke in 1994. 1997, Chris Farley. Chris Farley, the portly physical comic, gained a toehold on Saturday Night Live in the 1990 season and stayed for 5 years, playing a series of funny misfits and dancing shirtless with Patrick Swayze in a now famous Chippendales sketch. Chris Farley left in 1995 to pursue a movie career, starring in good-natured comedies like Beverly Hills Ninja and Tommy Boy before suffering an accidental overdose of cocaine and other pharmaceuticals in late 1997. 1998, Phil Hartman. Popular comedian Phil Hartman was shot to death in May of 1998 by Bryn Hartman, his wife of 10 years. A coroner's report showed that Bryn had cocaine, alcohol, and prescription drugs in her bloodstream when she shot Hartman 3 times and then killed herself. Phil Hartman was a regular on Saturday Night Live for 8 seasons, 1986 to 1993, and was especially known for his hilarious impersonations of Presidents Bill Clinton and Ronald Reagan. He left the show in 1993 to star in his own sitcom, News Radio. 2005, Charles Rocket. Charles Rocket ran into trouble while he was still on the show. He was in his first SNL season in 1981 when he made the mistake of uttering a curse word while ad-libbing at the end of a live telecast. Scandalized viewers protested, and Rocket was let go shortly afterwards. He went on to make a steady career for himself as a supporting actor on TV shows like Moonlighting and movies like Dances with Wolves. In 2005, he was found dead in a field near his Connecticut home, his throat cut. After an investigation, the state's medical examiner's office declared that the gruesome wound had been self-inflicted. While each of the aforementioned deaths have reasonable explanations attached to them, the fact that so many cast members and regulars of Saturday Night Live suffered such untimely deaths gives one pause to ponder if there could be some type of curse connected to the show. Skeptics are quick to point out that for a show that has been on the air for nearly 50 years and the large number of cast members who were on the show during that time, the number of deaths associated with the show is not unexpected. Others are not quite so sure. Whichever is the case, the enduring popularity of the show and the number of stars that have come from the show is a testament to the talent and hard work demonstrated by the actors, writers, and producers who have been a part of Saturday Night Live. This concludes today's episode of The Paranormal Report. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. Your continued viewership and support makes it possible for us to continue to create what we feel are entertaining videos. The team here at The Paranormal Report really appreciates your support.